Hello, all you fans. This is take two. I made a really long video the other day, and I'm an idiot, so it got deleted. It wasn't even up on YouTube yet. I just accidentally deleted it because I'm stupid. So here we are, take two. I'm gonna try and make a shorter version. I wrote a script, or not a script, some notes, because I'm not good at remembering my words word for word. So I wrote it down. So I want to discuss this movie, not really in depth, but I would like to cover some issues people have been having and how I felt about Batman vs. Superman. So to start, I think that we should go with Doomsday. Let's start with his powers. So people have had an issue with the huge solar flare attack that he has and the laser beams. Now remember, he was made from Zod's body. He's Kryptonian mostly in this new origin, and I'm sure. Oh, pardon me. And I'm sure that Doomsday's origin has varied from comics to comics. And I mean, I don't know the history of Doomsday. I just know his original origin. I don't know if that can apply right now or not, but anyways, he was made from Zod's body, so of course he might have some Kryptonian powers. And that's not an issue for me. For DC characters, it raises the stakes. It makes the battle a little more intense. It makes the heroes have them try harder to stop the bad guy and to make sure not that much destruction happens. And in this movie, the destruction was a lot less because Batman said this port is empty, and he lured him there in Gotham because of that. And Stryker's Island was also abandoned. So how he looks. Now remember, he was just born and he went through, I think, 3 or 4 small transformations. We all know that he evolves after each transformation, or after he's significantly injured and or killed. So, in the movie, he was killed by the Kryptonian, or the Kryptonite spear that Batman made. Now, yes, it killed him. So that means he is going to come back later on down the line. I don't know when. It would be cool if it were sometime soon, maybe in like Man of Steel 2. If they happen to make that, or even Justice League Part 2. I'm hoping Darkseid is the main villain, along with a couple others in Justice League Part 1. Anyways, for Doomsday, he, see, this is why I write notes, because I lose my train of thought. So, Batman had him go to those other places because of that. His powers, so that nothing really happens along the lines of casualties. He didn't want that to happen, and no one did because people had issues with the huge Metropolis thing last time. And like I was saying, he's going to come back down the line, and at the next time, he's not going to be able to be killed by a kryptonite weapon, I bet you, because every time he comes back, he can't die from the same weapon. Let's see. Moving on to Lex Luthor. Now, it was a different, interesting, weird take on Lex. We're used to the bald head, the very cool composure. He's very well thought out in his own mind. And this wasn't that. He was very quirky, he stuttered, he had issues. Grandfather, father issues, etc. But I liked it. Excuse me. I liked what they did with the character. It was a new, interesting, kind of cool way to do the character. Because he's so different now. Let's see. People didn't like him because of this, but I thought it added a lot of character to him. Let's see. Hang on, I'm going to type in something real quick just so I don't forget. Okay, so I don't know why people didn't like it. I know they wanted the Lex Luthor they grew up with. I did too, but he was sort of the comic relief for everyone. So that was okay. I liked it. It was cool and new, and I found it kind of funny. And not like laughable funny, but like even though I may have chuckled, I wasn't laughing at him. I was like, oh my god, that's funny, that's cool. Especially the scene where they're up on top of the LexCorp tower, and Lex is explaining to Superman how he got them to fight, or how he's gonna get them to fight, and he was like, oh, blah, 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 you let your family die. And he, like, threw the pictures or whatever. I don't know, he, like, threw his hands up in the air. But, I loved that. It was like, whoa, that's awesome. He's getting serious, even though it wasn't like calm serious. It was a energetic, angry serious. Or at the scene where Superman goes with him and he's like, if man won't kill God, then the devil will do it. I liked that. It was so cool. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't. I don't know why. Just because it wasn't what they wanted. Even though Zack, way before the movie came out, said, this is going to be a movie people didn't know they wanted. And for me, that was correct. I agree. I didn't, I had high expectations, and my expectations, like, okay, so here's my expectations, and here's the movie. Way up here. Like, I had high expectations, and it blew me out of the water. I was thoroughly, thoroughly pleased with how the characters were portrayed. So, last thing, the motivation of the character. People are saying he didn't have any motivation in this movie, but I mean, just because it wasn't said doesn't mean it's not there. It's the same motivation that Bruce Wayne has for wanting to stop Superman. He is this sort of immortal being on this planet that he wants to stop. I don't know if he wants. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to do it for the greater good of mankind. However, he still wants to stop him because he's a threat. Same thing with Batman. They dwelled on it with Batman, they explained his reasoning, and it's pretty much the same thing for Lex. So now, we're going to move on to Batman. Ben's performance as Bruce Wayne was the most spot on from the comics ever. I gotta sneeze. Ben, oh. It was the closest to the comics ever, from the Dark Knight Returns to Justice League Doom to I don't know, Batman versus Robin, Son of Batman, Bad Blood, Under the Red Hood, everything. It was so similar to that. Even though he played an older Bruce Wayne, he still acted a lot like the Bruce Waynes in all the movies were. And even Christian Bale, he kind of portrayed it closely, not that great, or at least not as good as Ben, but I don't know, something about the Bruce Wayne. Just it was amazing. He was sneaky, he was mysterious, and when he was like talking to someone, he was like, "Oh, pretty girl. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?" And I liked that. It was cool. Or when he was he was asking like Mercy Graves, like, "Hey, where's the bathroom? I have too many margaritas. Those are nice shoes." And as soon as she left, he was like, and he got super serious, and it was fucking cool. Let's see. He looked and acted the part. The suit was awesome. The way he fought was like the Arkham style. Everyone's been saying it. Everyone sees it. And ever since people have seen Ben as Batman in this movie, a lot of people have eaten their words. Well, still people like Christian Bale's Batman. Okay, that's fine. It's their personal preference. But this version was the closest and the best to the comics ever. Even though my second personal favorite now is still Michael Keaton. It'll go Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck at the top. Let's see. Oh, and he even looks like the Arkham City Batman with the face. He's got a broad chin in his face and in the mask, and it looks a lot like that. I'm going to try to put that up somewhere. I don't quite know. Hopefully in the middle. So, moving on to Superman. Cavill's performance was very good. He was pretty much the same as he was in Man of Steel, but they covered a lot of his personal, emotional issues he was having. How do I explain or talk about that? He didn't have that many lines. They were kind of dorky, but they were awesome. I still loved it every time he was on screen. I'm like, yes, Clark Kent or Superman. But yeah, he was still a step up from Man of Steel. He was dealing with a lot of emotions and issues that the world was having with him existing, and they wanted him gone. Other than that, I didn't have an issue with Superman. I mean, I really didn't in the first place. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Wonder Woman. People were expecting her to have a much bigger role in this movie, and I don't know why. She was technically considered a cameo, and if anyone knows cameos, they just appear and they're gone. she was a very big cameo. She was there a lot, and at the very end, she was there, and she was whooping ass. And when she jumped down with her music blaring, and the fucking gauntlets came up to protect Batman, I'm like, ah, Wonder Woman! Oh my god! I was freaking out in my seat both times. I saw the movie twice, and I've torn it apart in my head, understanding it, putting together the puzzle pieces, and I liked that. I liked figuring it out and knowing that I was right about this. So let's see. Her action scene was amazing, and it was entice you to see her solo movie. Granted, there's not a lot of character portrayal, or oh crap, what's the word? Character development. That's it. There wasn't a lot, but it was still just her being there and seeing her action scenes to entice you to go see her movie coming out in 2017. I want to go back up real quick to Lex and all the other characters' motivations, or not motivations, character development. These are characters that have existed. Superman has had his character development in Man of Steel and this movie. Batman is supposed to be a character we've all known. He's been Batman for 20 years. Put together the pieces. Go watch Michael Keaton's Batman or his Batman Returns. Kind of ignore these two. This is Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Those were Also, if you really want to see an origin story, because it wasn't necessary in this movie to put in an origin story, even though the thing with the parents in the beginning was good and always necessary for a Batman movie, go watch these. The Dark Knight trilogy. Begins, Night, and Rises. Those are very good stories to tell you about Batman, and even though it's a different Batman now, those rules still apply. Pardon me. Alright, moving on. So, they're working the opposite of Marvel. And for everyone who's saying they're playing catch up, kiss my ass. They are doing their own thing, and if they would do the exact thing Marvel's doing, people would bitch. But people are bitching right now. However, if they would have done the same thing, people would have still complained and whined and been like, oh, they're copying Marvels. Well, they're not, but people are still complaining. I don't know why. I like what they're doing. They're not playing catch up to Avengers. They had their introduction movie. They then went to Dawn of Justice to introduce these characters that they exist. Then you can put them all in Justice League, and then you're going to see them up on a big screen and go, whoa, these guys are awesome. Who are they? For people who don't know. And you're going to be like, do they have a solo movie coming out soon? You're going to be like, yes, they do. Next year. Oh, my God. And those people will be very happy. Just like with Wonder Woman, people might not know about her. They don't know about her character. But they see her in this movie, and she's whooping ass. And you're looking up the screen going, oh, my God, who is this? Oh, wait, it's Wonder Woman, but I don't really know much about her. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, does she have a movie coming out? Hey, yeah, that'll explain a lot, won't it? I bet you it will. Moving on. Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, their cameos. Flash's was really cool, just a little cool tease of him running, stopping the robber at the store or whatever, protecting the store clerk. And it was really cool. Ezra Miller in that scene looks like he was very new to the Flash thing. So he hadn't shaved, he didn't have, short hair and whatnot. So I'll bet you he didn't even have the suit at the time. But it was really cool. I enjoyed it. Whatever. Cyborg was a little less of the two for me, or of the three, because I don't remember his body being created by a mother box, and I don't know, it was just weird. But I mean, I liked it a lot. I looked at the little notes, or the thing up here and the thing down here in the corner of the movie screen. It said Star Labs, and then up here it said like video logs Silas Stone. I'm like, whoa, oh my God. I mean, I know it was him, but yeah, it was cool. I know it was Star Labs, but it's cool to be acknowledged. Then Aquaman. It was really cool. I loved Aquaman's cameo. He, crept out of there with those blue eyes, and he, held up his staff. And it was weird how he walked out very slow, but his hair was like a Pantene commercial. I just took that from another video that I was just watching. But I agree. It's like a Pantene commercial. His hair was fucking beautiful, flowy, and he went back into it and, moved forward with the waves. And he stabbed the camera, and then another camera behind it seen him, and it panned upward, and you saw him shoot out with a sonic boom of water. And I thought that was amazing. It was so cool. So cool. Loved it. I'm eager to see him in the next movie and in Justice League. Or, I mean, his solo movie in Justice League. I felt very opposed to how people felt about this movie. I gave this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I thought it was very well. I might put that up somewhere. I don't know. Just my score. You don't need to see it. I said it. And I wasn't acting like a Marvel fan walking in there expecting to watch a Marvel movie or laugh or be happy. I was happy that my geekiness was fulfilled. I was pleased. But this is DC's thing. It's meant to be dark, gritty, and serious, and to the point, with high stakes. And it wasn't all like, all right, I'm a Marvel fan. All right, let's watch this piece of crap. I don't like that. Oh, Batman's whooping ass. It looks cool, but I don't like it. Nope, don't like it. Then get up 5 times, go pee, come back. It's a boring part. What happened beforehand? Oh, I don't know. I left. Nothing's happening. Oh, Superman and Batman are fighting. Whatever. It's gonna happen with Captain America and Iron Man soon. Which honestly, I think is a lot less on the scale than Batman and Superman fighting. But then I was like this at the movie. Oh my god, Flash, wait, is that Flash? Yeah, the symbol, oh my god, it's the Flash! And then he was like, Bruce, you're right about it, Lois is the key. I'm like, what? What do you mean Lois is the key? What are you talking about, Flash? And then Batman fighting, I was like, yeah, Arkham, oh yeah, he grappled that guy, he punched him in the face, and fuck yeah. And then at the beginning when he was like, up against the wall, and the cop didn't see him. And then when the cop saw him, he like fucking scooted like a rat through a hole as quickly as he could with his cape flowing. Oh, so cool. Creepy, too. I loved it. Every time Superman was on screen, I'm like, in the first scene with Superman, you see him coming out of the sky in Africa, and you're like, oh man, shit's about to go down. You hear the sky kind of boom with his sonic speed, and it's like, oh man, and he fucking broke through the thing, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, it's Superman. And then Wonder Woman, like, fucking her fighting, and every time she was teased in a pretty dress in the movie. It was so cool. And her final fight and her score when she came down the gauntlets, I was like, ah! And the very end is a little drawn out, don't get me wrong, the funeral, and talking to Wonder Woman and all that, and Lex going to Belle Rev and having his head shaved. It's drawn out, but I liked it. I liked it, but it was drawn out. I didn't have an issue with it, I just really had to pee, otherwise it would have been a little more okay sitting there. But I had drinking an extra large lemonade and, you know, gotta pee. So, the ending scene was awesome, and, you know, they wouldn't just kill off Superman. Granted, they did. But, they wouldn't leave him dead. Justice League's coming out soon, and it's the death of Superman. Obviously, he comes back. So, people shouldn't have been surprised. I was expecting to see Clark Kent standing at the memorial service and not have him say he was dead in the paper. I don't know. I thought that would have been cool. Along with if they didn't kill him off, I just wrote this on a comment on a YouTube video saying that if they hadn't killed him off, then all 3 of them, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, could have all been standing there just talking about the, you know, Flash and... Well, Green Lantern's not in it. But they could have been talking about the other characters and saying, alright, we gotta get these guys together. I got a hunch that a big thing's coming. That would've been cool. I liked what they did, though, because they showed the dirt start to float, and I'm like, ooh, I know he's not dead, but fuck yeah. Alright, so... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. In all, the movie was amazing. The character portrayal was perfect and on point. Superman was exactly how I'd like him. He was smart. He was more, I don't know, he wasn't as stupid, like, acting stupid as Clark Kent. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, and Batman was also portrayed perfectly, like the animated series or all the DC comics and the animated movies. And the way he fought was perfect. You didn't have to, like, sit there and kind of watch arms, like, flying around and then see a kick and then, like, see someone's face do this and see a guy, like, ugh! Just for no reason, just watch him go flying, and you're like, what even fucking happened? But you had to see everything happen in his fights. So, anytime I had a question in the movie, it was answered, like, right away. Or later on in the film, or I knew the answer already because I've read these comics. Anyone who hasn't, just go watch it again and pay close attention. Do a little research, pick up a comic. I'm going to leave a link for J-Roar, Caboose XBL, and Variant Comics. They are inspiration to me and make videos like this. And I get a lot of my knowledge from them too. And I did years ago when I didn't know that much. But then I started picking up the graphic novels, the animated movies, and I started doing my research and playing the Arkham games and learning about these characters. So, uh, excuse me, the film was edited like a comic book. People weren't really okay with how it was edited. It kind of flowed. It was choppy. But I mean, I was still able to pay attention. And if people just watch it again and pay attention, you shouldn't have an issue because it was edited like a comic book would. It's choppy, but still flowed. I rated it again a 9.5 out of 10. And sure, I wish it flowed a little bit better, but it was good. And I wasn't lost at all. I knew exactly what was going on. But then, like I said, I know the backstories. I've read the comics. I knew where they took their stuff from. People who don't grab some of the comics, please do so. You will understand a little bit more when you do. It'll make more sense. Pay attention to what's happening and understand, and like just watch for every little detail. Every little detail. This isn't a popcorn movie. You gotta eat your popcorn and pay attention. Just eat and pay attention. So, therefore, if someone pays attention and doesn't have to stick up your ass, you should be able to understand too. Just like, I'm not ripping on Marvel either. I'm a big Marvel fan. I really am. I own all the movies. I love Marvel. I like them, but my two favorites are Iron Man and Spider-Man. But when they go see a DC movie, they just kind of slump in their chairs and they're like, whatever, I'm here. Let's just get this over with. So, I don't know, just don't go to the movie expecting it to suck or with a stick up your ass. It'll probably be better for you. Hopefully you've seen the movie before you've watched this, because clearly it's a spoiler review slash rant slash my thoughts. And if you have not seen the movie, go watch it now. Watch what I'm saying. I'll give the link to all the other guys, and you watch their stuff, and maybe stuff will make more sense. So, so go watch it, come back and watch this, and then compare and contrast. See what you think. I mean, this is just my opinion, but I honestly don't understand the amount of hate that it's getting. I really thought it was a perfectly portrayed movie, and it was amazing for what it was. So I just don't understand the hate. So, put the puzzle pieces together. Next time you see it, trust me, it'll all make sense. Next time you see it, and you pay real close attention. Later, guys.